So now we have Elisa Takeuchi, who is from Garden Grove Adult School and has her own wonderful programs. And as part of that, she got certified in CTE. And so I was so, I know how hard it is sometimes to find a CTE teacher. So I wanted her to talk about the process of getting certified in case that would be an option for you or some of their staff members that would help you with your IELCE program. So Elisa, go ahead, and I'll stop sharing if you want to share some slides, and I've given you access to do that. And you're muted right now, so if you can unmute first.
Sorry, yeah, I don't have slides to share, but I do have a couple websites. Can you see the OCDE website?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so hi everybody, I'm Elisa Takeuchi. I work for Garden Grove Adult Education, and I'm an ESL teacher, but I did want to just kind of share with you kind of my process of what happened in our situation at Garden Grove and what prompted me to go ahead and try to get a CTE certificate. So we were trying to do the IELCE for a while now, and one of the obstacles that came with us was that when we found a CTE teacher from the community college, a lot of times it was a time challenge, whether that teacher was only available at certain times or certain days. And that was fine. I mean, we took her when we could, but you know, in our thought process is that we really wanted to try to find teachers that could accommodate, at different times of the day or more days of the week. And so I talked with my director about this, and I said, maybe I could try to get a CTE certificate, and I kind of did a little bit of research on it, and I had tried to get one a long time ago, and I didn't qualify at that time. And so I went back and I looked at it, and also because we were trying to, so we did have a couple of our teachers get a CTE credential that are ESL teachers as well, to do both. But the timing again is a little bit off, and they actually got help through the Santa Ana College, through our consortium community college. So I went and did my own research, and so I started with the OCDE. So we're in Orange County, so if you're in a different county, you might want to check your Department of Education. And all I did literally was type in CTE OCDE in Google, and then it prompted me to this webpage. And so this is their homepage for the CTE credential. And it is a very, very user-friendly, it's very straightforward. And the people who actually work at the OCDE were extremely helpful. Anytime I had any question, they got back to me right away. I could call them, I could email them, and they were really helpful with this. And so I started with just getting the basic information. What would it take for me to get a CTE credential, and which CTE program would I want it in? And so I kind of went down here into the CTE industry sectors, and I tapped on that. And then these are all the CTE industries that are provided. And so they gave you all the different, so agriculture and natural resources, that was not something I knew I was not going to qualify for. So I kind of just kept going down the line. And education, child development, and family services, that's the one I had tried to do before because I was an elementary school teacher. I do have a multiple subject credential, and I thought maybe I could qualify. At the time, I did not. And so I kind of passed over that, and I kept looking and looking. And so then I just kind of kept thinking, which one would it be? And it would be information and communication technologies. And then this was all the information that I needed because we wanted to provide a business certification class, a business office certification class. This seemed like the best fit. And so I just went to see what were the qualifications, and I got all the information I could. And again, I just kind of checked to see, do I really qualify? And I emailed the OCD, and I just asked them plain blank, this is kind of my situation. What do you think? And she said, you know what, go ahead, give me all the information that, that's required of you for the application, and we'll check. We'll check for you, and we'll see if you qualify. It was really literally that easy. And so the whole process from me just doing some research to the time they said congratulations from the California teaching credential was about 3 weeks. It was really, really fast. And I was really surprised because I had kind of heard that they were, because of the pandemic, I heard that they were a little bit back ordered a little bit. They were a little bit busy, but it turned out that whoever was processing my work, my case, they did it very quickly. And so that was really nice. So I am now cleared. It's kind of like when you get your first teaching credential, you're cleared for 3 years. And then you have to do some requirements. And then after that, I pay the fee, and then I'm cleared for 5 years after that. So I thought that it was a really, it's a really good process, because one of our situations also, and this happens a lot in the high schools, is that you have these experienced career technical people. Maybe they're an engineer or they were a mechanic, but they don't have the teaching aspect of it. They don't really know how to teach. And so for us, I mean, to have a teacher that qualifies to be CTE is actually kind of a better fit, because we already know how to work into a classroom. So for me, I just got really lucky with that. And because I work for OTAN as well, I was able to use that, because you have to have X amount of hours of experience. And so because of my work with OTAN, then I was able to get my letter of approval from OTAN to say that I actually qualified. So again, if this is something that's, you're kind of like all of a sudden thinking about it, check out your own county's Department of Education, the CTE credentialing section, and just look and to see, what it is that they need, that you need to do to qualify, if this is something that could help your agency, because now I can do both the CTE section and the ESL support to do our IELCE. And so we're going to start that in the fall, and I'm really excited about that. So, it could be just another option, just another like thinking outside of the box to try to get, some of these IET, IELCE programs going.
And Elisa, what course are you going to be teaching in the fall?
It's a business technology. So it's called Business Office Technology, and it's a certification. And so these are industry certifications. And I know some other agencies are doing it. San Mateo and Poway. We've collaborated with them. We are using, a business, it's called ICEV. And so the students go through this course, and then they take a test. And if they pass the test, then they get this certification. And they have industry certifications there's another one that's very, very popular. It's like a customer service one, and that's built from Southwest. And so, actual industries that are out in the field are actually creating these courses so that they are matched with what they are expecting potential employees to have. And so if a student does take this particular class and gets this particular certificate, it's from a company called Express, and they have hundreds of offices, and one just happens to be up the street from our school. So they said that any student that gets a certification can actually walk into their office, show them their certificate, and they will help them find a job. And so, I mean, that's just, it's just so exciting that we can actually work directly with somebody in our community to get them trained, and then they can walk into some place and actually potentially get a job. So
that's so great. And
yeah.
So many of us have had past lives in other fields, and so maybe we could get certified in those areas and be a support to our students. That's great. And Portia, you absolutely. Just posted something. Did you want to share that?
That was mentioned in Dr. Zachary's meeting, that that was in the May Revise, and then CCAE also just sent that out. So I don't know if it's official yet, but it's been proposed.
Great, thank you. And Carla, what's ECDF?
Oh, hi there.
Education, Child Development. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I was able, back when I was at Elk Grove, I was able to, the same situation. We couldn't find a CTE teacher, schedules, you name it. And we contacted our CDE specialist and asked if, could we follow this path? And he said, well, try it. So we did. We contacted the Los Angeles County Office of Education. We talked to them. And given the experience in teaching that I had, I was able to get my administrator to write the letter for me, provide all the background information. And I did not per se get a CTE credential, but I got the subject authorization added to my AE credential. So that helped us meet the needs of the IET, which was, godsend at the time.
That's great. Thank you, Carla. Well, so yes, that's why we wanted to hear from Elisa. Again, she has special background because of her work with OTAN, but I know many of you do have different backgrounds, and we just wanted to present this to you and let you know what's possible. And the 3 weeks is amazing.
Yeah, I know, incredible. And I just wanted to point out one thing real fast is that as I did my application, the woman who was processing my paperwork at OCD, she said, hey, I noticed, because I have to send in my transcripts. She said, I looked at your transcripts and stuff, and you know what? You actually qualified for the early childhood education and family services credential as well. Do you want me to add that onto there? And I said, yes, please. I don't know what the future will hold for Garden Grove, but if at any time we do decide to branch out and maybe do an early childhood education core, pathway, then I would be qualified to do that one as well. So I think right now that, because, the whole situation with teachers in general, I think they're really trying hard to get a really big number of CTE teachers involved, because it's so dynamic in the processes that we're going through right now.
And maybe the education background we have qualifies for us for that. We maybe we don't know that, but as you said,
Right.
she offered you that one as well. I knew there was a second one and I hadn't remembered that. So yeah, so if you're interested in doing that, and I know people are, so I'm so excited to hear that. And thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing that with us.
Absolutely.
That's really great. Really great. Appreciate it.